What is going on, comic book familia? This is Ephraim Passport Comics, and I am flying solo this week. My co-host, Momo Comics 80, he has a life, so he can't make it this week. But I still want to do a show. I want to do a show on a weekly basis. And if this is the first time on my channel, thank you very much. If you like what you see, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. This is our weekly show called Up on Comics, where basically we gather information from the last week, whether it be comic book or entertainment related news and information. We just talk about it for the following hour, more or less. This is probably going to be a quicker show since Momo's not here with me, but let's get going. So, like I said, I am flying solo this week. I just decided to do it by myself, see how it goes. Probably the last time I do it solo, and I always like having a co-host next to me so we can bounce off these topics back and forth. So this would probably be a rather quick show. But that being said, let's get going. Just by the way, I gather this information. I just scour the internet. A lot of it's from Instagram. I follow a lot of sites that give information, like I said, on a daily basis on comic books, entertainment, movies, TV shows, anything that catches our attention. And then we talk about it during our show at the end of the week. We try to do this show on Saturdays at 6 p.m. or if we can, Sunday at 6 p.m. But I'd rather do it on Saturday at 6 p.m. because Sundays, I spend most of the time just watching NFL football. It's that time of year where I watch football. And let's get on to the first topic. I call this segment a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Basically, it's just news, like I said, from the last week and ongoing now as we speak is New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con happens obviously once a year, usually in October, and it's going on as we speak. I've been to San Diego Comic Con, for over 20, 30 years. I've never been to New York Comic Con. Hopefully I'll go one of these years, knock on wood. Everybody that I know that goes to, my friends, they say they love it. It's just like I said, New York Comic Con to me and San Diego Comic Con are the biggest cons of the year, are the ones that seem to draw the most excitement. And like I said, New York Comic Con is happening right now as we speak. Today is Saturday. And tomorrow is the last day for New York Comic Con. And here's a couple of comic books that caught my interest that they're selling at certain vendors. The one on the left is an exclusive variant. You stop by the Marvel booth and show your member card below or within the Marvel Unlimited app, and you get this free comic book of Daredevil by Peach Momoko. That was a pretty cool looking cover. The one in the middle, this is basically Transformers #1, but it's a version foil. This original comic book, I think it came out in the 1980s, and they're just doing a foil version of it. I thought it was pretty cool. A hot one that a friend of mine, he said he got for me is Batman, Absolute Batman. This is a new Batman series that just started, and he got this one for me, and we have a comment. Let's see who showed up here. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Matt's a good friend of mine. I'm flying solo this week. It's just me. Rob's doing stuff. He's got a life, so he couldn't make it this week, but I wanted to do this show on a weekly basis. I hope you're doing well up there in Michigan. And I know I'm not sure if you're a Lions fan yet, but they're doing really good this year so far. And our next photo is still from New York Comic Con, but a fight broke out or a Peach Momoko Spawn cover. I heard about this today. This was an exclusive from New York Comic Con. The line, my friend showed me a line for it, and it was crazy, this line for a Peach Momoko exclusive at New York Comic Con. And it went on forever, and I'm sure there was a lot of pushing and shoving. And sure enough, a fight broke up over this cover. I heard it was the hot book, one of the hot books to get. But yeah, I mean, people, when it comes to comic books, unfortunately, sometimes or anything, people get unruly and they, so a fight broke out. But I hope everybody's safe over there and they got the comic book that they wanted. I collect comic books. If you watch my other videos, and I'm on Instagram, you know that I love collecting comic books, but I would never, ever fight over a comic book. I mean, I can understand, tensions, start building when you want to get that exclusive. I've been there. And yeah, but I would never fight over a comic book. I'm sorry, I would just walk away. To me, it's not worth it. The only comic books I would fight over would be like the very first Superman, if it was up for grabs, or the first Batman or Spider-Man, one of those. But these newer books, I mean, it's just not worth it to me. Let's see what Man has to say here. Doing good. Glad I caught another live show. Nope. Still Niners all the way. Nice. Yep. I'm a Niner fan too. Was born and raised in San Francisco. Will always be a Niner fan. And Gold, tell him, yep, tell him Dan and Gold. Me too, man. Me too. Hopefully they win tomorrow against Kansas City. Gosh, that's going to be a great game, but I'm going to be nervous yelling at the TV the whole time during the game. All right, let's get going for our my next slide. So this was another announcement that just was announced like about a half an hour ago at New York Comic Con. Like I said, I follow all these sites on Instagram. This one came from Drunk Wookie. He stated he found out that Star Wars comic news, Star Wars Jedi Knights, a new ongoing Marvel Star Wars comic series, will kick off in March of 2025. And these are, looks like it's just going to be all Jedi Knights related. I'm not sure how much more info. I'm sure they talked about it during that panel, but you see one picture there of Yoda is going to be on there. So Qui-Gon is on there also on this cover, it looks like. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how this book comes out. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of the first issue. There's going to be a lot of variant covers for this. I'll probably pick up one or two. You know, I'm still reading comic books to this day. That's the main reason I got into comic books, you know, was to read them, and I still read them. So I will be picking up this book and reading it. I always give comic books a chance before I say anything else. And next slide here. Now, this is just regular comic book and entertainment news. This one is James Gunn says Creature Commandos will lead into Peacemaker Season 2. I believe Creature Commandos is coming out on HBO Max. And it starts in December. It's an animated show, and it will segue into Peacemaker Season 2. So that's good. And it looks like James Gunn is getting started with his version of the DC cinematic universe, and we'll see how it goes. So the first one is going to be Creature Commandos, which, like I said, is animated, and that's going to lead into Peacemaker Season 2. And so here's an exclusive new look at Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Is just a snapshot coming to Disney Plus. It's coming in December of this year. So I don't know much about it, but it's a new Star Wars show. So hopefully it's better than their last one, which wasn't that good. It just one season and just not too many people liked it. So I know this one's going to be starring Jude Law. So hopefully it's a good series. You know, like I said, like comic books and TV shows and movies, I'll give it a chance. You know, hopefully we'll talk about it. And when Momo comes back, see if we like this. But it's coming up pretty soon in December of this year. And looks like their Wolfman reboot gets official rating, building more excitement in fans. The upcoming Wolfman from director Leigh Whannell has earned an official R rating, which marks a promising update for the project. The film scored its rating for bloody, violent content and grisly images, which seemingly confirms that Whannell won't be pulling his punches when it comes to intense subject matter. So I think, face it, if it's a Wolfman movie or any types of these kind of scary movies, I think you may just have to show some type of gore if it's, you know, a Wolfman. You know, everybody knows the history of Wolfman. When he becomes a wolf man, his, you know, normal senses are out the window, and he's just an animal, basically, just tearing into whatever he can get to. So yeah, we'll see how this movie is. So it should be coming out, I believe, next year. And I just seen this yesterday. This is a poster for Karate Kid Legend starring Jackie Chan, Ben Wang, and Ralph Macchio. This is going to come out in theaters in May of 2025. The Karate Kid movie and the show on Netflix, that show is still ongoing. The last season is coming up, the second part of last season. So I'm not sure if they're going to segue right into that movie or what they're going to do. Is it just going to be a standalone movie? They're not going to mention the Netflix series at all, but this is coming out in May of next year. And Godzilla -1 is returning to theaters with all new footage. I heard it's coming in December also, and they're going to be adding 10 minutes of footage. They didn't say what type of footage it's going to be, but it's new footage. So hopefully it will be something that will grab, the audience's interest, because this movie was fantastic when it first came out. But it looks like they're going to be adding all new footage, and hopefully it's footage that, not just dialogue, hopefully some action scenes. And also this week, J.J. Abrams and Dwayne Johnson are teaming up for a mystery project. That's all this clip said. It didn't say what the project was. Obviously, it's just a mystery project. And I'm sure, people are going to grab the anticipation of this, see what the heck they're going to be teaming up with. But yeah, hopefully in a couple months from now, we'll find out what they're going to be doing. And looks like Silver Sable project is reportedly back in development at Sony. To be honest with you, I didn't even know this one was in development at Sony, but it looks like they're coming back to do this. I hope they do a good job, because I love the Marvel universe. I love the Spider-Man Sony universe up to a point. Hint, the Marvel movies that were the Spider-Man movies that were done with Sony and Marvel, their own standalone movies just haven't been hitting the mark. So hopefully this one will be a good movie once it comes out. It's in development. That doesn't mean it's going to be an actual film, but we'll see. Hey, K-pop, thanks for showing up, man. I'm flying solo this week. Momo Comics couldn't make it, so I still want to do a weekly show just talking about comic books and entertainment. One, because obviously comic books are a passion of my life, and entertainment. So I still want to do this on a weekly basis. And Matt says hi. And K-pop says hi to you, Matt. Thanks for showing up, guys. I really appreciate it. And my next slide. Oh my gosh, when I seen this, I have never bought a Lego set in my life. I just never have. But this one's an X-Men X-Mansion Deluxe Lego set. Comes complete with a Sentinel attack. I've never bought one, but I am tempted to buy this. It didn't say when it's coming out. This is now this iconic Marvel location is coming as a Lego Deluxe set, complete with several X-Men, their enemy Magneto, and a Sentinel robot. I think I may get this. I'm sure this price is going to be, well, I should look at the price first. I'm sure it's going to be over 300, 400. Who knows how much this is going to cost, but I am tempted to buy this. This looks so awesome. Like I said, I've never bought a Lego set, and I think I may, get this one when it comes out. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to buy it. Let's look at some of this comments. Sable, nice. Yeah, I hope it goes well too. I mean, Sony's track record is just not well, they just don't do a good job for some reason, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I agree. That's going to be hell of expensive. And yep, I'm just hoping it'd be less than 500, but it's probably going to be over. Matt's asking you a question. K-pop, are you going to Grand Rapids Comic-Con? When is that, Matt? No, doing Yoma and Motor City. Damn, 3 weekends of cons back to back. Jesus, man, oh my gosh. You got to let us know how that goes. Please let us know either on Instagram or on your YouTube channel. 3 weekends of cons back to back. You're my hero. Yuma, then Motor City, then GR. Dang. After one, I just got to take a break. Well, I did San Diego Comic-Con and I did D23. There was a week break in between, but I did 2 cons in a 3-week span. Yes. I'm tapped out. You're not going to go to any more for the rest of this year. That's it. Oh, there you go, man. You should go, Matt. Let us know how it goes. This year, they're doing a Robert Englund watch party for Nightmare 1. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Next month, mid-November. Nice. Yeah. I think you may be done for the year. Okay, let's get on to the next slide. But yeah, man, I think I'm going to get this egg. I'm going to keep my eye on it. Hopefully I'll get it. Hopefully it doesn't sell out really quick. But this one looks so cool. I just looked at this week. I found this. It says Iron Throne from Game of Thrones sells for $1.49 million at an auction. That is crazy. I can't believe that sold for that much. The throne sold after a 6-minute long back and forth between bidders. So yeah, I mean, I wonder if obviously the throne that they're using now in the prequel to Game of Thrones, it must be a different throne. since probably a duplicate of this original throne. But I heard that whole auction, everything else, there was like, it sold, all the items sold for over $2 million. Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, dang, man. I said the same thing. Dang, 1.49 million for this chair. I wonder where they're going to put it, like in their living room when people come to visit them, But yeah, that was crazy when I saw that. And let's get on to my next slide. I just thought this was funny. I just saw this on Instagram. I forgot. I apologize. I forgot who posted this. But this show was The Incredible Hulk that came out in the 1970s, starring Lou Ferrigno. And just look at his feet. He's wearing shoes. I never noticed that before. I'm not sure if this was just him, just a still shot, and actually during the actual filming, he wasn't wearing shoes, or maybe they just cut off up to his ankle so they didn't show it. But he's wearing some type of slippers, and I just thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, I agree. I just went, what the heck is this? I thought, like I said, I apologize. I forgot who posted this on Instagram. Oh, no, it looks like it's SR, Screen Rant, who did this. They are Mary Jane's. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I thought it was just funny. And let's get on to the next slide. Like I said, this is going to be a quick show today. My co-host Momo was not available. We usually go back and forth talking about these slides, but I still wanted to do a weekly show. And this is just a rumor. It says the Fantastic Four First Steps will reportedly show Galactus coming to Earth in search of Franklin Richards. Franklin will be born in space and filming will begin in July. So, yeah, not sure what Franklin is. I know what his powers were, but I know right now, basically in the comic books, his powers are not, basically doesn't have any powers anymore. They thought he was a mutant, but he wasn't. And his powers, he had alter reality changing powers. He created that new universe not over 10 years ago, where basically a whole new role was created, and that was Franklin Richards. So I'm assuming his powers are going to be similar to what he had previously. But like I said, this is just a rumor that's going to be happening. And Invincible Season 3 is set to release Friday, February 6th on Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video. I love this series. I've actually never, ever read the comic book series, but I have been watching Invincible on Amazon, and I love it. I thought it was a good series created by Robert Kirkland. So, yep, this is coming back in February 6th. And John Wick 5 is in the works. That's all it said, is another rumor. I'm not sure when production is actually going to start. I have watched all the John Wick movies, and I believe in John Wick 4, he died. So I'm not sure how he's going to be coming back. But this series, John Wick movies, is so popular and makes so much money. So I'm sure they're going to figure out a way how to bring back John Wick. And it looks like Keanu Reeves is coming back for John Wick 5. This was also recently posted on by James Gunn, stated that Krypto is going to be a character in the new Superman movie. I think myself, it's hang on. There's a comment here by K-Pop about the last slide. I got to watch 4. And the Continental show, I watched it. It was well done. I love that series. It showed the manager of the Continental, I forgot his name, the character, how he came into power, so to speak. It was highly entertaining. I recommend that one also. So this was recently posted on Instagram. They show Superman and Krypto. His dog is going to be in the movie. I think it's a good thing. One, hopefully the movie will have it won't be that serious as other, DC movies, and they're going to bring some levity to the movie, hopefully, having Krypto, a dog, getting into all kinds of mischievous in the movie. So hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, anytime there's a dog in a movie, it always grabs people's attention. So hopefully this is a good selling point for the movie. Yep, people are excited for Krypto. I was. So like I said, hopefully the movie is going to have some serious points, but hopefully having Krypto and we'll see who else is in this movie. It'll have some levity. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for this movie. And congrats to Ken Jeong. He received a Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. He's going to get a Hollywood Walk of Fame on October 23rd. So congrats to him. Just wanted to put that in there. I've never been to I think I've been once to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but such a long time ago. I ever go back to LA, I live in San Diego, I might go check it out. So this next segment I call Up on Comics, Down on Comics. It doesn't just have to be comic book related. It's just something that I like about comic books or entertainment, and something that I don't like. So this is, like I said, I just do this segment, just to see what's caught my interest, something that I approved of, and something that I just don't like about comic books or entertainment in general. First one is Disney's longest serving employee celebrates 62 years with the company. I went, dang, 62 years. His name is Hank Amin. He marked 62 years with the Disney company, showcasing an extraordinary career dedicated to the brand and its community. He's now 92 years old. His journey began after visiting Disneyland on his honeymoon in 1955, which inspired him to join as a Jungle Cruise skipper in 1958. He later balanced his role as a city fighter and a Disneyland resort firefighter, becoming a trusted figure responsible for public safety during fireworks shows. A highlight of his career was a rare personal conversation with Walt Disney, who sought Amin's thoughts on working at the park, an unforgettable moment in his legacy. So yeah, he's been around, 62 years as an employee. Yeah, salute to you, sir. I mean, for all your service you did, firefighter and working at Disneyland for 62 years, that's crazy. I've always wanted to work at Disneyland for some reason. It's a job, obviously, but just working at Disneyland, I go there quite often with my daughter. But 62 years. So this is my up in comics. Unfortunately, my down with comics has to do with Disneyland also. This announcement came out this week, and I thought, come on, guys. This isn't, well, I mean, as much as I like going to Disneyland, we all know, if whomever has gone to Disneyland knows how expensive it is to go to Disneyland. And I just seen this post that came out this week, and I was like, only people who have lots and lots of money, who are basically very rich, I think, are going to be able to do this. But they have a new Lightning Lane Premier Pass, which includes Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, Lightning Lane Single Pass, digital attraction photos and videos, Disney Photo Pass lenses. Basically, your Lightning Lane is when you get to go without having to wait in the long lines for Disneyland, and you just get to go and cut the line in front of everybody else. But there's a lot of people who do that. And I have used a regular Lightning Lane, not a Premier Pass, just a regular one, which costs an additional $30 per day. But this one, for one day, and you get to go on most of the rides at Disneyland and also California Adventure. But just one day is going to cost $400. That doesn't include getting into Disneyland. The tickets are separate. Parking is separate, but this pass is Lightning Lane, and you can only go on one ride. On that, say you go on Pirates of the Caribbean, you can only use the Lightning Lane once to go on Pirates of the Caribbean. You can't keep on going more than once per day, but it costs $400. When I saw that, I'm saying, who's going to be able to go to that? Only people who have money to burn, not me. That's for sure. I mean, I have used the Lightning Lane, the regular pass, which I said was $30, and it was worth it because it just let me, go up at a certain hour. But this one, you don't have to set an appointment, so to speak, for this. You can go in at any time and use this, but it's $400 per day. And sorry, Disney, I have to give you a down for that. I just don't understand, who's going to be able to afford this. Yeah. Yeah. I just, when I saw this, I went, come on, guys. This is a money grab, and people are still going to be going to Disneyland, just like people, no matter what happens, are still going to be buying comic books. And I'm still going to be going to Disneyland, but I will never buy this. It's just, to me, it's too expensive, $400. And my next slide, what did we buy this time? These books that I'm going to show you came in the post office like about 15 minutes before my show started. Excuse me. So I started opening them up really quick, And I bought 2 of them from a Whatnot sale online, and the other ones I got from Lost Boy Comics. It's an online service. So I'm going to show you the online service books that I bought recently. Like I said, oh, let me get rid of this. And I got these. This is called Lost Boy Comics. So this is like a grab bag that you can buy from them, but it came in a box, and there's about 10 comic books in here. And I'm going to show you which ones I got. And none of these books in this box did not come with a backboard or plastic bag, but they came very well packaged. But this first one is What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine? And this next one is Transformers #1 by Image Comics. I don't buy as many comic books as I used to. I just have stopped. I'm still reading comic books. I still enjoy reading them, but it takes a lot for me to buy comic books on a regular basis. I used to order, in my heyday, I used to order, gosh, at least between 20 to 30 books on a monthly basis. This is when comic books were a lot cheaper also, but I don't buy them as much as I used to. It's just cost. So it's just so expensive sometimes, comic books, and I just don't buy them as much as I used to. This is a reprint. I wish it was the original copy of Giant Size X-Men #1. This is Superman issue #6. This is artist Rose Besh. Like I said, this was basically a grab bag that they had there, so I buy it. Will I buy it again? No. So this is Amazing Spider-Man. It looks like John Romita, the artist on here. This is Ultimate Spider-Man #1. Okay. Variant edition. This is a hot comic book. This is Miles Morales, Spider-Man #18. And this is, what is this one? Resurrection of Magneto. I think this is John Taylor Christopher. He always does these type of variant covers. And this is a Scotty Young Marvel Superhero Secret Wars Battle World. I love Scotty Young covers. And this last one is Deadpool and Wolverine. But that is not all I got from the service. Like I said, it's called Lost Boys. It's not the only books I got. I did get from some CGC books from them. Bear with me with a second. Every time I show CGC books, just the glare is sometimes you can't really see it. So I'm going to turn down the lighting on my side here. So hopefully you'll be able to see these books. So originally I was supposed to get a Secret Wars #1, a foil cover, but they're late with that. And they sent me a free book. Marvel Secret Wars #2 is a facsimile edition. It's a foil cover. They just threw them for free because the first issue is late. So thanks a lot, Lost Boys. This is Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. I have the original book of this, but I just like these books because they come in foil covers. So hopefully you can see that. Hopefully the glare is not that bad. And this is a facsimile of Amazing Spider-Man #300. It's another foil edition. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see here. Nope. One of these years, I'm going to figure out how to show CGC books without a glare. And the last CGC book I got from Lost Boys is Storm #1. It's Art Germ or Stanley Lau cover. And the remaining books that I got, I sometimes buy books on Whatnot. And this is from a seller called Robot Monster Island, I believe. And I bought 2 books from him, but he sent me one for free, which was very nice of him. So shout out to him. He's got a really good show on Whatnot. I mean, he just always has good silver, older books, not a lot of modern books per se. Modern, I mean, like from this year, he just focuses on older books. He always has a great sale. Actually, he's going to be on today, probably later on at 8 o'clock. So I might go check him out again. So this is the first appearance of Juggernaut. So if you've seen some of my other videos, I press and clean my own books. So I'm probably gonna, press and clean these books, see, what I can do to maybe give it a better grade. But I'm probably gonna submit this book to CGC later on. First appearance of Juggernaut, and this book is Strange Tales. I've always liked this cover. I think I've had this one before. It's Strange Tales number 107. It's a Human Torch and Submariner on the cover. There is like a date on here, 129. Like I said, I clean and press my own books. So I'm going to try to get rid of that. And I'm going to submit it to CGC also. And this one, he just threw in for free. So I said he's a great guy, Robot Monster. He's on Whatnot. And he just did this one is Submariner number 36. I always go back to sellers when they do stuff like that, just throwing free books out of the kindness of their heart. Let me bring this back up here. There, hopefully you guys were able to see those books. Like I said, one of these days I'm gonna figure out how to show books when I'm on YouTube. It's just a reflection all the time. I lowered down the the lighting on the screen here to make it darker, so hopefully you saw those books okay. Let me see here. Now we have somebody else joining us. Hey, thanks for joining us. And he's saying hey to you, K-pop. Yeah, I'm sure Momo would have liked that cover. I'll show it to him. We probably get jealous when I show it to him. Hey, K-pop is returning, saying hi to you, Locke. Thanks for showing up on my channel. Like I said, I just do this on a weekly basis. I'm usually with my co-host Momo Comics 80, but I just wanted to just keep on doing this on a weekly basis. I basically talk about comic books, movies, TV shows, entertainment, anything that grabs my attention. If you like what you see, I'm going to say hit that like, subscribe, and notification button, and share my channel if you want to with any of your friends. Yeah, James, really good. I really like him. Nice guy. I talk to him on a regular basis, not on a regular basis, but I communicate with him on Instagram. Just tells me, how he gets his books. He's always hunting for books, and he always seems to get good books. I mean, I look for books, but I've only bought one collection in my life, and that was from a childhood friend who collected comic books with me, and he just decided to sell me his collection. I look for books. I know you have to, pay for books. I mean, collections, but I'm always, I used to be envious of people who get collections, left and right. But now when I look at people who buy collections, I go, wow, congrats to you. When I was younger, I was envious, but I've gotten older. I've mellowed with age. I'm going, dang, I go, congrats. Anybody who buys a collection, props to you. So hopefully I'll get another collection one of these years. None of my other friends, grew up collecting comic books like I did. But I'm always in the hunt for comic books. Yep, James and Max do a great job. Thanks. Like I said, I got the books I won on Whatnot, and there were some other ones that I got a couple days ago from Near Mint Plus. They were New York Comic Con. I keep on saying that I'm not gonna buy as many modern books as I used to, but sometimes I just like the covers and I buy it. But I have stopped a lot of buying monthly books on ordering advanced orders. But anytime I see a book, and if I can afford it, I will buy it. I have sold some books on Instagram and on eBay. I keep on saying I'm going to sell more and more of them because I have a lot. Anybody who watches this, who's watching me right now, if you're ever looking for any books, shoot me a message on Instagram. There's a good chance I may have that book. And I think I always give good deals to the books that I've sold in the past. But anyways, yeah, those are nice books, So hopefully, next week, hopefully I'll have some books to show. Who knows? No, it's not a stamped date. it's just a marker. Looks like somebody just marked it. Let me see if you can see it right there. It says 129, but it's not a stamp date. It may be kind of easy to take off. I've cleaned books before, and I have gotten dates. Just keep on going over the book. And I've been able to erase, so to speak, dates on books. But you got to be very careful with that. So there's Ozzy out there hustling. Yeah, everybody. I don't hustle to buy books, to look for books. To be honest with you, I just do it. I go on Instagram. Obviously, I go on Facebook Marketplace. I go on other sites just to see people, sell. When I see people selling antiques or garage sales on Facebook Marketplace, I always ask them if it catches my interest. Hey, by any chance, do you have any comic books, for sale? This one lady says she has some comic books for sale, but she can't get to them right now for whatever reason. They're in her garage. I'm not sure what type of garage she has, but I just left her a nice note saying, if by any chance you ever are able to get to your books, I'd be interested in taking a look at them. And I left it at that. I try to be as, nice as possible to them. So hopefully they'll remember me. And if she ever does have books that she ever can get out of her garage, she'll send me a message. So, we'll see. I'm looking for a couple of books. Matt, I've sold you books before. And I'll give you a good deal. So yeah, always send me a message, Matt. If I have them, we'll talk. Oh, okay. Well, he does because he resells on Whatnot. So that is, I believe, my last slide. That's all, folks. So like I said, I just wanted to keep my show going. I do this on a weekly basis, and I should be back next Saturday. Hopefully, I will have Momo Comics back with me. He has a life. So he couldn't make it this week, but I will be back next week. Once again, my name is Efren. I go by Passpoint Comics. If you want to check me out on Instagram, I'm always posting on there, talking about comic books. And I have a different site. I think it's called, I hardly been on it that much, but Passpoint Comic Selling or something like that. I forgot what it was. I sell comic books on Instagram, but it's not on my main Instagram page. If you're ever interested in any comic books, just look me up on Instagram. I may have what you're looking for. Until next time, I said at the beginning, I'm going to say it now. If you like what you see, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. And I hope to see you next week. Go Niners. Bye, everybody. Be safe and take care.